It's been 40 years since the original Ghostbusters. Now we got Ghostbusters 5, and we're here. It's Blaine's first Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
So what did we think about Ghostbusters Frozen World?
Frozen Empire. I did not like Frozen Empire. I tried, didn't like it.
It's my favorite Ghostbusters that I've seen.
It's Blaine. This is Blaine's first Ghostbusters movie. Blaine, congratulations.
What a one to start on.
I understood everything. Because apparently everything in this was from a different movie.
Jack and I kind of have a hot take on Ghostbusters where we think it's good. It's not the masterpiece that everyone seems to hold it up. That a lot of people seem to hold it up to be. It's good.
I think original Ghostbusters is fine. I think it's fine. But I think overall as a franchise, I feel like it's just bloated, and I feel like it's very gilded.
They should have stopped after the first one, evidenced by the second one not being very good, and it was the same team as the first one. So if anybody's going to get it right, it's them, and they didn't get it right. So what are we even doing here?
But that's a lot of franchises. I just feel like the Ghostbusters franchise just has this, like... Because I don't even think the original one's that good. I don't get it. I don't know. I could be wrong.
People love the Ghostbusters.
I don't think we're in the right age range for Ghostbusters.
I agree.
We are a bunch of young 20 people who have the mentality of a 40-year-old who
the cynicism of a 40-year-old. So we can't enjoy a movie made for children, which this is clearly supposed to be for younger kids. Even though it's not a comedy, which is weird. The original's a comedy. This isn't a comedy at all. Never mind the adult jokes in the original. There's absolutely none of that here.
But it's not even like the adult jokes. It's the idea that it's like they use so much nostalgia of not just like the ghost and the monsters. Like they use nostalgia of like the people and the things and everything else from the originals that they can pull. But like if that's not the target audience, then why not just try to get a whole new, unless it's made for people to like take their grandkids to if they're older. I don't know.
I mean, that is one thing. I didn't know any of the references because that was my first. This is my first Ghostbusters. So
we forbade you from watching Ghostbusters in preparation for this.
So none of that nostalgic stuff that typically makes me so mad in other movies, it didn't bother me because I didn't know it was a thing.
Ignorance is bliss, my friend.
Ignorance is bliss. So overall, I could see it as just a movie. And just as a movie, it wasn't good. It was just boring CGI, and the jokes all fell flat for me.
I didn't fully hate it. There were some things that I kind of liked. I thought the idea of the villain was pretty cool.
So when it starts with Big Ice Evil Man, I think that's pretty dope. And I was like excited to see how that like goes into that lore and stuff. And I always kind of like that kind of stuff when it's like a villain from like millennia ago that was trapped and then released. I know it's kind of a common trope, but I like that trope. But they dropped the ball, quite literally. The villain looked weird. Was that just me?
I personally liked the idea of the villain. I don't like anything else about it. I don't like what the villain did. A lot of the stuff kind of didn't make sense of just plot points, but just overall as a design and the idea of the ice stuff, I was like, that's a good on paper idea.
Sure, but going back to what you said, everything is squeaky clean, the environments, everything. It's almost a green screen movie. Maybe there's a couple locations, but you cannot tell. Nothing feels real in the real world, and the villain is super polished.
That's what
He's
was.
Super smooth.
It felt weird because he just felt like a toy. I don't know, like something like an action figure. And he didn't actually seem scary.
I thought he felt completely intangible.
This movie has so many people because they bring in everybody. Because like Afterlife, I get like you got the new cast, you bring in the old cast, and it's a passing of the torch. Whatever. Afterlife is the most recent one.
Okay.
Before this,
and that's where they introduce like Paul Rudd and all of those characters. Okay.
Force Awakens, baby.
Mm-hmm.
They break their own rules. They're super sciencey, but then some of the ghosts are doing stuff that doesn't make sense by their own logic. The pacing is also all over the place. Nothing happens for the first 45 minutes.
Oh God, this movie did not need to be this long. That was way too long for this type of movie. What was it? An hour and like 50 minutes?
It was like hour 58. It was less than 2 hours.
It dragged so much.
It felt like a 2-hour, 15-minute movie.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Ghostbusters 4 Afterlife. I think it's okay. Will does not
I don't like it.
I try to give this movie the benefit of the doubt, but I'm like, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't do anything new or inventive. I mean, I know Afterlife doesn't either, but like you don't have to do anything new or inventive either. Just be like,
Cohesive.
give a little sparkle in it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's fair to compare them to the previous Ghostbusters because that's what it's.
Well, it's in the same
bouncing off
universe.
of.
Yeah.
But even as its own thing, the story isn't there. There's nothing engaging about the characters. There's not a lot of motivation or anything happening. That's a problem, is this felt so vanilla and bland, and that's why it's so tiresome to watch, is because it's just like, yep, seen it, bored.
Well, that's why I told you guys that I think it's more of like The Purge, because it's like the idea of this franchise is more than what the franchise is. Because I feel like they're like, it's this giant IP, but it's like, but when you go back and like, because we showed Blaine clips from the original movie before we filmed this, because we're like, here, just so you get some reference to this, because like it's not a kid's movie, so it's like, but here's a goofy little ghost and he does a ghost thing, but like, then you see like, other stuff that happens in the movie that is very innuendos that I'm not sure if Will wants me to say in the video.
Lots of, Bill Murray's character is very much a creep. Peter Venkman's a creepy guy.
I didn't realize how raunchy like some of the jokes were in the first one because, like you said, you put it on for me, but because this is totally different.
If I remember correctly, there's some stuff in the movie that's kind of like, is it a kid's movie?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a movie
It
for
pushes the
adults
line.
that kids could watch.
I think we're in the just exact wrong age range for this, which, I mean, any good movie should be able to be enjoyed by anybody of all ages, but I feel like this is a movie where it's like, you're an adult, you loved original Ghostbusters, and now it's like, I'm going to go send my kid to watch new Ghostbusters that's appropriate for kids, and I will enjoy it because original Ghostbusters.
I think people that are super nostalgic and don't mind nostalgia bait movies, and that's fine, whatever, will like this, but like, do you think a kid would like this? I feel like a kid would be bored.
I don't think they would enjoy it. Maybe depending on the age range.
I
but
think
like,
they would.
Watching that, there wasn't much to it. Like it really was just nostalgia bait. It felt like they were trying to build a universe, like everything does nowadays, like Marvel. But there was no substance to it.
I mean, it's not just Marvel. I mean, everybody's trying to build a universe. It's not even building a universe. It's like relying on older IP that you know is a trusted success without trusting your ability to create a new thing. That's the problem. It's not building a universe. I mean, that's part of it, but like they're not building a Ghostbusters universe. They're just
Pooping out Ghostbusters.
They're just milking a pre-existing IP, which is what everyone does. It's not just Ghostbusters. The dude from The Eternals was in this movie. He was in the trailer.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
It doesn't say what he does in the trailer, so I won't spoil that. But
No.
I thought he was gonna be kind of stupid, but he might have been one of my favorite parts
He
of
was
the movie.
funny.
He was the best and the worst part
Yeah.
at the same time.
Every other one of his jokes, I genuinely thought was funny, which I cannot say about any other character in this movie.
The actor himself is funny, and every time he was on screen, I just wanted more of him.
McKenna Grace is fine as the lead. She's pretty good.
Who's that?
The lead,
The little
the
girl?
15-year-old.
I think she's fine.
She was fine.
Yeah.
I think she does a good job. I think her character's stupid.
The Finn Wolfhard character had nothing to do. Paul Rudd was there.
Yeah. They didn't even let him be Paul Rudd. He was like Paul Sad.
Yeah.
He
was kind of lame.
He's like, I'm dating your mom and I want to be your dad.
Okay, let's mention the technical details. It was shot blandly. It was directed blandly. The end, it's not very interesting.
It goes against everything I kind of said previously. It's just interesting how they don't utilize, and it goes the same with the Afterlife. They don't really utilize the Ghostbusters theme song.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find that interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, I don't know.
But they use the same logo, and they haven't even up-resed it, which is pretty funny.
I kind of like that.
It was fun. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't know. Because you put on the first movie, and they had puppets for some of the ghosts.
Yeah.
And they just felt better. It's
Yeah.
something like this type of movie needs the practical stuff. Like, I don't know why. CGI ghosts and stuff, it's just been done so many times.
But anything could be good if it's just made with care. Like big budget. Like Dune's fantastic.
I agree,
Well, they
I
use
agree.
practical and then enhance with CGI.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you know what you're doing and you make a good thing, like you're making a good thing.
Hard to argue that for a ghost, though, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
to build a ghost. Well, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Like who's making that decision of like this is a good thing that we should change and this is something we should not change. Because I feel like you'd go all in or all not in, you know?
Yeah, and
I'm
that's
just updating stuff, not like
dude, and that's like a perfect description of the whole movie. Like it's so all like they went in at this point and then they didn't do anything with that point. It just was like all over the place. The whole movie.
well, like how you said, it was super long. Like it felt longer than it should be. It's because there's a lot of subplots without getting to spoilers that don't feel like they go anywhere or have a conclusive ending. Like Finn Wolfhard's like his little sub thing, like
Yeah.
there's 2 or 3 scenes of what he was doing. It was kind of just like that
Why?
didn't really.
There's another guy that literally disappears out of the movie and they make a joke about it.
Which guy?
British man.
Oh yeah, where'd he go? I don't.
Yep.
Where did he go?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
The blonde guy.
Yeah. Blonde British guy.
The blonde
Blonde
British guy.
British man. He just whoop, there he goes.
Where did he
I don't
go?
know. And then he goes back and he goes, what did I miss?
What?
Okay, and now a Duke if we recommend it or a Nuke if we don't recommend it. Jack, what do you give this movie?
I will be, sadly, freeze nuke. Boom.
I'm gonna also say Nuke. It doesn't make me want to watch any of the other movies, sadly.
Yeah, Nuke. I don't have anything to add.
Comment your favorite Ghostbusters movie. Have you seen this Ghostbusters movie? Comment if Blaine should watch other Ghostbusters movies. And if we get this video to 1 bajillion likes, Blaine will watch every Ghostbusters movie for the rest of his life on his birthday. Happy birthday.
That would be awful. Don't do that.